now back. We are getting set for our final game of the day. It is going to be VWS Gaming taking on Forever Foolish in
those guys.
in a Division C matchup. Joined as it is once again Tasty Bacon along with Lupus Donahue.
That guy,
Yeah, I know. We tried to get someone else, but he was the only one available. Sorry, guys. Of course, I am just joking. We are happy to have you here, Lupus, bringing the final game of the day. And both teams are getting set to start up. And, of course, VWS Gaming managed to get themselves their full roster on today, unlike their last game where it was actually their team manager had to substitute in after they took a forfeit, but their manager substituted in just to play an exhibition game. So going to be trying to redeem themselves here. They did actually win the exhibition game, so hoping to continue that on through and get themselves back on track. Unfortunately, having to take an unfortunate.
They can manage it. Too many people have already made that joke in the chat here. Oh my god, it's actually terrible.
Of course, anyone who tuned into that game is probably just groaning already at the fact that it was Cyber Owl and myself making all game. I think we probably said managed or some variation of the word manage about 100 times over the course of that game. It was bad. But we are, of course, going to be just waiting for the teams to get themselves all set. And once they are ready, we'll be getting on into the champion picks and ban phase. So, just a few more moments here.
We had one. Actually, nope. Okay, so we're going to be playing a 5v4 now. Why didn't they just let the manager play in an actual game?
He wasn't part of their roster. He was not part of their actual listed roster, so he was not. Basically, they had to forfeit the game, and then he subbed in to play for the exhibition game. So if EWS, forced to take that loss, it's definitely going to be looking to avenge that here against Forever Foolish.
Definitely do not want to be walking out of this tournament merely because of a technicality that your manager wasn't on your roster.
If they end up losing, if they don't make it to the semifinals by one game, and it turns out to be that game, that would be absolutely brutal. So they're definitely going to want to make sure that they play their best the rest of the season to make sure that that is not the case. So we do see Nidalee and LeBlanc being the first two banned away. LeBlanc been picked or 100% pick ban rate for today. Let's see what else VWS wants to take off the board here.
I really like that no ban. It's a very classic mistake that some people do. But I think VWS knows what they're doing with the no ban. If they choose to do so here. 3, 2.
Nope.
Okay.
Galio banned away.
Wait, are we... Wait, hold on. Nope. Tournament draft, not Earth. Dang.
If it was Earth, I would understand the Galio and Urgot being banned away as well.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. Bring Cyber back. I'm done. I'm done.
And Poppy also going to see the ban for VWS. So, and then Timo. What is going on with these bans? Lots of high priority picks still left on the table because only 2 were banned away.
If I had a mic, I would have dropped it. Picked it up to merely drop it. What?
Oh boy. It's the Tarek. Man.
You've seen this?
We are in for a truly, truly outrageous game. Do have then Amumu and Morgana being the 2.
Oh, I just realized what you said.
Wow. And Vayne going to be getting locked in immediately as well. So, VWS maybe looking to make a statement here, trying to going to be playing this game with champions that a lot of people consider to be not quite at competitive level. And going to be looking to pick up a win with that.
Competitive schmeditive is what I always say. And that's why people ban me all the time.
Well, I mean, we did see a Shaco and an Udyr be used to leading a team to victory in the playoffs of the LCS. And those are also two champions that are not considered competitive levels. So you never, I mean, maybe the whole.
But you said yourself, Udyr is 100% win rate this season. And
he is. But he's still not, like, a lot of people don't consider him competitive. And so maybe this whole concept of champions being at a competitive level is just completely bogus. And everything we ever knew about League of Legends needs to be completely rethought.
So wait, are you talking about maybe, just maybe, League of Legends players have overthought something?
The possibility is there.
You're playing too wild. Also, what are these summoner spells that you and I can see, but yet we can't share with the audience?
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going to be coming through. They have plenty of time to change those, so who knows?
They do.
There's going to be Annie being locked in there for the side of Forever Foolish. A lot of AoE magic damage coming out, which, hey, it worked in the first game. It worked in our first matchup for Darkest Night Gaming. We'll have to see if Forever Foolish can make similar use of it, but that is one hell of an AoE team fight that they have going on over there. Let's see. We are going to be seeing the last two picks for VWS.
Are we? Are we going to?
We are. We are going to see two more picks. I can guarantee you we will have two more picks on the side of VWS.
I think you're playing with fire there, and I like it. The shenanigans that have just gone on today. What? Okay, so I'm getting more confused.
Okay, so those are two top tier picks. Those are the first two that have been considered top tier picks to come through.
Yes.
If they do lock them in. That's if they lock them in.
That one's locked in, Maokai. Somewhere there's a tree. That tree is not a tree. That tree is a person. He demands equal rights. No taxation without representation. Bishop, can you hear me?
We are. Oh, there we go. So
Okay.
Maokai and Cassiopeia can be the two getting locked in there, and then an Aurelia, completely different from the entire rest of the team. Aurelia kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. Everyone on that team has some sort of big AoE team fight ability.
Now,
and
that's the thing. What you see is an Aurelia that sticks out like a sore thumb. What I see is a team that perfectly complements an Aurelia that's going to be dashing all over the place and killing people.
Possibly. We'll have to see.
That's how I see this game going. And honestly, in way of teams, I definitely want to be giving this to Forever Foolish when we see this pick order.
Yeah, just looking at the team comps in general, I do like Forever Foolish's team composition, but
it's CC for the Aurelia, not Peel for the Cogmo.
Pretty much. That's basically what they're going for. And it's going to be a very difficult strategy to use. I mean, anytime you have a team comp that's built around protecting one member, it's so difficult to actually execute that team composition to fruition, as we are going to be getting a look at the summoner spells of VW.
It didn't get better. It actually got worse from what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I have failed you. Hold on. My 86 viewers in Hitbox.
So, on the side of VWS Gaming, we do see it is going to be Sandvich in the top lane on the Maokai. Jungler is Snuggles playing the Kazakhs. In the mid lane, it is going to be actually Coachetizer, one of their subs. And then we are also going to be having Based Yuna as the AD carry on Vayne, and Contracts also listed as a substitute. Again, their rosters have been shaken up a bit, so this is just the one I have access to. Coachetizer and Contracts, both substitutes, filling in for VWS, as Contracts will be playing that Taric in the bottom lane.
if I may, and on the red team, we're going to see an LCS order, ladies and gentlemen, which actually didn't prove true last game. LCS order lost. Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. We're going to see Beastie on Irelia, Feeder Pan on a Mumu in the jungle, Annie mid by physicists?
Physics.
Physics. Oh, that's a K. Okay, my screen is really bad. I'm sorry. I'm on a TV. TV is not made for very small font. Even or Evan?
Even. I'm going to say even.
Even on Varus. Correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to yell at me. And Bushido Brown on Morgana. Half wanted to say Bushido BR0WN. I don't know what he means by that.
Burr 0 1. Bushido Burr 0 1.
That's what we got. I got, yes. That must be the pretty.
That had to have been what was going through his mind when he selected that summoner name.
It's half German, half gibberish.
So, gonna be the summoners for VWS. Would you like to do some analysis of the summoner spells?
No, actually, no. Don't make me drop my headset. I will drop my headset. Don't. Why? Why do you do this to me, guys?
I'm not sure which one surprises me more, to be honest.
What, the clairvoyance or the cleanse? Now, the cleanse, I could actually see. The Irelia, conditional stun. Amumu, stun, snare. Annie, stun. Fars, snare. Morgana, snare, stun. That's a lot of CC coming out from the purple team. So on a mobile person like an Cassiopeia, I actually am okay with the cleanse. Mind you, it's the clairvoyance.
Here's the thing, though.
Why are you getting a blue trinket as a summoner spell?
Here's the thing, though. With that cleanse, like, if you cleanse one of those CC abilities, there's still like 10 more that are going to be thrown onto you.
That's if. See, now this is what you're doing. You're overestimating your enemy. They obviously know that Forever Foolish is going to use all of those crowd control effects on her at the exact same time and purely lock her down for those like 2 seconds. But if she's able to use it in that 2 seconds, then she has victory.
Okay.
So, also, just the banners alone. Holy.
We are going to be seeing an Emerald Tarek, Dragon Slayer Vayne, Jade Fang Cassiopeia, Goalkeeper Maokai, and Mecha Kha'Zix from VWS.
And for Forever Foolish, we're going to see Nightblade Irelia, almost Prom King Amumu. So close, man. Franken Timbers Annie, Blake Crystal Varus, and Ghost Bride Morgana. Another game, 10 skins.
Yep, we are now getting loaded on into the Rift. My client loaded in, apparently before everybody else, as I'm now waiting. There we go. There's going to be those gates and champions appearing, coming out of nowhere to destroy the crap out of...
Back in my day, you could get to the outer tower by 50 seconds.
Oh boy, Queen not play that game.
I mean, playing this game over the years, you see so much development.
Yeah, I mean, the game is so different from even just a year ago.
Last season, yeah.
Different.
Have you looked at the old map? It looks cartoony and awkward.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing a possible level 1 fight here as VWS Gaming is all together on this bottom side of the river. Going to be invading deep into the Forever Foolish jungle, but Forever Foolish is not being foolish and decides to back out.
Forever Foolish is always playing smart. That was... No, I'm sorry. I will slap myself on the wrist for that. That was just bad.
Tarek getting himself caught in a bit of a bad situation here. Going to be walking through, taking a tower shot. Meanwhile, Vayne going to be trying to shoot up the Morgana with Kha'Zix's support there. As Tarek leading Annie on a wild goose chase. She has that stun up. But
she should have flashed while he was under tower. Oh, the BM. Report Tarek. Laughing at the Annie.
We are now going to be seeing everyone just kind of backing off, so getting that vision down, and just going to be recalling. Actually, there's going to be Morgana picking up 10 gold right off the bat. Hashtag game over. Getting that early CS lead.
Hashtag we go tie. You're welcome, Lol. Now we win.
So, as everyone is going to be getting into lane, both top laners actually starting off on one of their junglers' bottom side camps. So, that top lane is just minions. They're just like, getting ready to go to battle. They're like, all right, we're going to take down these champions. Wait, where'd everybody go? There's nobody here. It's just other minions. Oh, Kha'Zix coming in for an invade on the Amumu. Oh, oh boy. Amumu is in a world of trouble as Kha'Zix is going to pick up that first blood and get that blue buff traded onto him. Unfortunately, Amumu just not the best at the early jungle, and Kha'Zix making him pay for it. Kha'Zix didn't even start his own buff yet, so he's going to be looking for that 3 buff start. That was a really nicely played by Kha'Zix, anticipating the fact that Amumu was just going to be going for the standard jungle start. And a
little slowly at that. Being able to pick up that Krog Zeston was able to get him to kill.
Bot lane fighting it out right now. There's good damage being traded back and forth. Varus actually coming out a little bit worse for wear there, as now both top laners are getting back into the lane at level 2.
I was going to say, early on when there was no one in top lane, that was actually the funnest lane to watch. I was actually just watching the minions beat each other to death. I felt like
Kha'Zix taking an early gank up here onto the Aurelia. She's cut off from her tower, nowhere to go. This is going to be the second kill, and Snuggles already having 2 kills to his name, not even 4 minutes into the game. Uh-oh.
Tarek still BMing.
Snuggles is going to be looking for Amumu again at his own red buff. And Amumu just
ward down.
Amumu had that ward, gets out of there immediately. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, another stun, followed by some dance moves. Some sweet, sweet dance moves from the Tarek. And Kha'Zix just got a 4 buff stun. This Amumu is not going to be able to do anything for a long time in this game. His jungle has been completely taken over by the Kha'Zix, and that's going to make Amumu's life so incredibly difficult. He already has a difficult enough time in the jungle early on until he can get that jungle item upgraded. And with Kha'Zix just taking up residence in that red team jungle, Amumu's just not going to be able to do anything. He's looking for another kill. They're going to dive into the tower, and this one actually does go over to Coachetizer, picking up the kill on Cassiopeia.
Oh, you're like 2 seconds ahead of me. There we go. I'm like, how do you know what's going to happen? Faking his magic.
We were actually even. I'm just that good at what I do. Oh, Vayne going to be hit up by that Dark Binding. Varus wanting him to get himself a kill. There is going to be Vayne flashing away, using that heal as well. She's barely staying alive. Varus doesn't quite have the range to get another attack off. Vayne needs to be careful she doesn't go in too close, but Varus is very low. She's going to be able to tumble in. Base Yuna getting the kill, and that is just very unfortunate for the side of Forever Foolish. Thinking you have a guaranteed kill, and then just not being able to actually secure it. Well, Tarek just going to be keeping that minion in place for Vayne to come in and shoot in the face. Uh-oh, they might be looking for a dive with Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is just all over the map right now. That is another kill going over to VWS, as Kha'Zix just making plays happen across the map.
VWS, I appreciate you guys, but car commentary needs to get in here. I want to talk a little bit about what you're doing. I mean, play-by-play is great and all, but please, let me earn my keep.
Well, you have a bit of a lonely action now, so go!
Okay, so right now, VWS is doing a great job. They're 5-0. Kha'Zix getting 80% kill participation in. Doing so much just to stop this Amumu from being able to do anything in his own jungle. Amumu right now only has 9 CS. He has 9 CS.
I mean, to be fair, Kha'Zix, actually, Amumu now has 12. Kha'Zix only has 15, 16, but Kha'Zix has been involved in 4 kills already. And now Maokai is looking to make that another kill in the top lane. The minions, the caster minions, OP, getting the kill onto the Aurelia.
No one on Forever Foolish is level 6, where everyone on Actually, the bottom lane for VWS is also not level 6. But Tarek is
They are
currently
looking for a gank on Mitch. This stun onto the Annie. Tarek gonna tank up a tower shot or two. Now Kazik is going to be going down. Annie getting the first kill of the game for Forever Foolish right there is, unfortunately, maybe a little bit of consolation kill, but a little too aggressive from for VWS, not quite executing that tower dive the way that they wanted to. They wanted Tarek to get in, get the stun, and then tank up the tower until he was almost dead and just back off. But he backed out a little bit too early, forcing Kazik to take a lot more damage than what they were expecting.
It didn't help Kazik's wanting to burn his flash to get the kill faster. It honestly didn't. He didn't need to burn the flash to jump like a couple of pixels. He could have walked.
He definitely could have. Maybe he just got a little nervous when he heard the
or
noise
even
in the
not
tower.
walked out that way under tower. He could have much easily have joined, like, gone up and gone in between the tower path into the top lane, top area jungle, top quadrant.
Right. Just not looking very good for Forever Foolish, unfortunately. As there is going to be a tower going down in the top lane, and every single lane is currently behind for Forever Foolish. VWS just really asserting their dominance in this game thus far.
It's funny that Vayne is going for an early build toward a Cutlass, going for that Bork instead of any sort of damage. Probably wants. I guess I don't actually know Vayne builds that well, but probably going for that attack speed is a good thing. Even though that Irelia and Amumu aren't going to be getting tanky anytime soon.
Oh, there's Kha'Zix jumping in onto the top lane. There's another kill going over to Snuggles. Meanwhile, Tarek actually going to get bound up underneath the turret, and that's going to be another kill. So Tarek maybe getting a little too overconfident there. Oh boy, Vayne going to be trying to make something happen, popping that ultimate. Those silver bolts doing a lot of damage, but she's going to get bound by the Morgana. A nice binding, and now they're trying to turn the damage back around. Not quite going to be enough to pick up the kill.
She dodged the juke.
She
dodged the arrow. That would have been her death had that arrow landed, not only because of the damage, but because of the blighting blots, whatever it is.
Yep. That was very close to another kill for VWS, but now, poor Amumu.
Let it quiver, that's it.
Poor Amumu. Just trying to walk through his own jungle, and he's just going to get hit up every time. Kha'Zix is just playing. He's been on this side of the map the entire game, really.
I think Forever Foolish is going to be getting more kills than they are buffs this game.
It very well could be. I don't think Amumu has gotten a single one yet. As now it's actually Tarek taking the red buff. Tarek is getting a red buff.
Well, obviously, when you go up and hit someone with those empowered strikes, you want them to feel the burden of being hit by such a manly passive. You want them to feel the pain of how manly Tarek is and how strong his heterosexuality is.
Now they're going to be using that clairvoyance to get the stun down, and that is a kill going over to base Yuna on the Vayne. And that's why he took that summoner spell. Just
that doesn't make it any better.
Pops it into the bush, gets the stun, and they get a kill off of it. And now they're actually diving on the tower. This is how you do the tower dive aggro, having Tarek just take it all up. But Amumu comes in and gets himself a kill. But unfortunately for Amumu, he almost got a buff there, but the red buff was on Tarek. So Amumu doesn't get, typically the red buff would have been on Vayne in that situation. But because it was on Tarek,
knew that Vayne was going to be bad. So Tarek obviously wanted to take the red buff from the Vayne before the Vayne could die to the Amumu, which he clearly saw happening.
Evidently, as that tower in the mid lane does finally fall, and now VWS Gaming just going to be continuing to press their advantage. Amumu, oh, don't do it, Amumu. Don't go in there.
Use the force, Amumu.
It's almost like watching a horror movie and you see they're about to walk into like that creepy dark passage. You're like, don't do it! Don't go in there! No, Amumu! Oh, they're actually going to be finding the catch onto the Kha'Zix though, and with the help of Annie and Morgana. They do pick up a kill, but now here's the Cassiopeia and Tarek. The Amumu Curse of the Sad Mummy comes down. Cassiopeia does get a kill onto the Annie, but Amumu gets the shutdown onto Cassiopeia. Now Tarek is chasing down Morgana. Here comes Amumu though with the Varus, and all of a sudden,
Amumu has more kills than buffs under his belt.
And all of a sudden, Forever Foolish getting themselves right back on the board. They are still down 5,000 gold, but good number.
5,000 gold, 4 kills, and 2 towers, but who's counting? Right? Right? Maokai able to land that sapling so perfectly.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage that Aurelia is taking. Not able to heal nearly enough. And now Vayne wants to just take this bottom tower down. But Varus actually going to be staving it off for now. But he needs to be careful because those silver bolts hurt a lot. And here comes Amumu with 3 kills under his belt. Forcing the flash from the Maokai.
Amumu has sidestepped that, but nah.
Amumu has just as many kills as Kha'Zix. Just gonna throw that out there. But that could be about to change as Kha'Zix is looking to dive underneath this bottom tower again. A lot of damage coming up from Morgana. She's gonna put down those soul shackles. Doesn't actually end up locking up anybody, but it does keep them safe and keep the tower alive for at least.
It looked pretty for a couple of seconds.
It forced VWS to have to back off. As oh boy, here comes the teleport from Maokai. They're gonna come onto.
That doesn't look like it's backing off to me.
Nope, they did not.
Is this how you back up in England? Is it like
they needed to pull reinforcements? They backed off and waited for reinforcements, and now they got that bottom tower and are pushing in as 5 on this bottom inner tower now. And again, just still asserting their dominance. Really, the only chances for Forever Foolish is when they make mistakes or go too aggressive. As here comes VWS going in underneath the inhibitor tower while they still have taken the inner tower. Kha'Zix's gonna get dropped to under half health. He does jump away, but Cassiopeia, those twin fangs doing so much damage. Now they're gonna turn onto Amumu, lock him up with the Cassiopeia ultimate, and Maokai is actually the one who picked up both of those kills, wanting to get himself in on the action. It's actually Tark, the only one without a kill now.
But that doesn't make it any better. Saying that the support is the only one without a kill does not make the situation any better for Forever Foolish. They still have a lot of ground to come back. Now they are down 12 kills, 4 towers, and 9,000 gold. And it's going to be the first dragon here for VWS. We also see Cassiopeia disconnecting, but I have a feeling they're not going to pause.
Yeah, just gonna. Hopefully, it does mean she will be connecting rather quickly. Maybe just a minor restart having to happen. If she does stay disconnected for too long, we may see that pause come out. But they are just so far ahead right now that they're not gonna worry about it. And I mean, it took 14 minutes for the first dragon to go down, so there's also that. But it really only took that long because of the fact that VWS has just been more concerned with roaming the map, picking up kills, almost sitting on a kill a minute for their team alone, let alone the entire game. And there's the Cassiopeia going to be reconnecting.
I don't even know where.
Yeah, ward kill!
Yeah, woo! Guys, are we professionals yet? The road to Virginia.
So, there's really going to be getting stunned up. Vayne coming in. They may look to dive this because they have already shown that they don't care about diving towers. But it does look like Vayne's instead just
really
on the tower itself.
No kill participation.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Oh boy, here comes Amumu. She's
until now.
There she goes, getting an assist as Amumu.
Caster's curse. Caster's curse.
Tied for the most kills in the game after the devastating start that he had, having his entire jungle taken away from him. He is now tied for most kills in the game.
He's not the Amumu we deserve. He's the Amumu we need.
Oh boy, there's going to be... Oh boy, gonna get a lot of damage, actually soaking up a good amount of that, because he does have that Cinder Hulk finished. So not really taking too much damage.
Costume party Amumu. He's Batman. When he bandages toss, just send out wings. Oh my god.
And then
oh my god, make this a thing.
The Curse of the Sad Mummy is just a giant bat signal. Whenever you turn on Tantrum, he just shouts out, "My parents are dead."
or in a very deep voice, Richard.
So in the meantime, Amumu's gonna be finding Tarek, but Vayne is right there as well. However, he's just gonna be able to get away from that.
Oh my god!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have broken Lupus.
I can't finish.
So VW is going to be pushing down this top tower now with the Maokai and Cassiopeia. Annie and Morgana doing what they can to clear these minions out, and they're actually going to protect the tower for now. But Maokai moving around the back. Meanwhile, they're pushing in the mid lane. Kha'Zix looking for a fight. Mumu actually going to be dodging out the spikes from Kha'Zix by using that bandage toss. But here comes Cassiopeia and the rest of VWS. Amumu is going to go down, and now the fight has started way underneath the tower. They've gotten 2 kills. The tower is helping Forever Foolish to pick up 1. They're going to turn their attention onto Maokai. They've gotten 2 kills. They are turning this around. That's 3 for 2. That is a team fight victory in favor of Forever Foolish. However, Vayne was not involved. Vayne was just like, yeah, I'm just going to hang back and shoot these
guys.
minions.
Tower's the thing? No. Alright, that team fight was so bad for VWS.
Yeah.
They just got too big for the britches and got taken down to size. Oh my god, bad signal.
There is going to be, again, just a little too aggressive from VWS. It's very likely not going to matter in the long run. They are still up by quite a bit, as now Vayne's going to be hunting down this Annie, trying to get the kill. But Amumu is here. There's no mana left on Morgana, though. Aurelia teleported in. There's the Amumu ultimate, going to be locking up Vayne. And now Aurelia jumping in. That is going to be a kill. Amumu picks it up. Meanwhile, on the backside, Morgana falls to the Maokai, sitting at 5-1 and 4. He's building pure AP. He's got a needlessly large rod after his Rod of the Ages.
He's going to be looking to build a Ludo's Echo, I believe. No?
It looks like it. He may very well be, which would be interesting to see on a Maokai. But again, despite the fact that Forever Foolish, they're getting these kills whenever VWS, like, they're taking advantage of mistakes that VWS is making. But the problem is they still, you know,
VWS is showing so much supremacy, not only when it comes to kills, but when it comes to just mechanics. VWS was able to beat them out in every single lane. Maokai going 5-1 and 4, and Irelia only recently getting any kill participation. They are not afraid to get
Okay, going under the tower, absolutely exploding the Annie, then getting out of tower range. Here comes Tarek, tanking up those tower shots, not even caring, as they're just going to go in onto the Aurelia, trying to get another kill. Amumu is here doing what he can. Varus putting down that ultimate to lock people up, but the tower aggro juggling from BWS is very good as Maokai's now on it, but they are going to get 2 more kills. A killing spree for the Tarek, but here comes Kha'Zix, leaping way into the air, getting that kill. Now Morgana going to be locking down this Maokai. That should be another kill coming through, but here comes the Kha'Zix. The shutdown onto Maokai and on Kha'Zix. VWS is falling here, but now Vayne is going to just finish off these 2 kills. She is so strong and manages to pick up the double kill. So, back and forth, lots of kills. I'm really surprised. You have to hand it to Forever Foolish. They are fighting very well.
They're not giving up, which I'm really glad to see. They picked a great team comp, and they're really trying to make it work for their team. They're doing everything right, but VWS is just so much more superior.
The Annie finding the Vayne, Aurelia trying to get in range, but Vayne just has too much move speed and is going to be getting out of there, especially as she just tumbles away. So, again, the thing is, though, even when Forever Foolish manages to pick up a victory in a fight, they aren't able to do anything with it. They still have only taken the 1 tower in the bottom lane, and that's it. They haven't been able to get any other objectives. The dragon hasn't even been touched by either team, really. Only the one going over to VWS, but they've been, even when
it's a novelty at this point,
haven't been able to push off of it, and that's the real problem for them. Is, you know, even when they look good in a fight, they aren't able to. They're too low afterwards to really do much with it. As now Tariq just going to be chasing down this Varus. He has a gauntlet and a brutalizer, so Tariq's actually doing some solid damage, especially with that red buff. He is going to be pummeling onto the Morgana, and meanwhile, Cochitizer and Snuggles getting the kill onto the Aurelia, and now Tariq got the kill onto Morgana. He's going to continue chasing. There's the ultimate from Amumu, trying to keep himself safe. He's so low, the heal coming out, and Tariq's going to get to go underneath the tower. He is going to fall for that one. Maokai picking up the kill.
That moment when you die to the tower just trying to get the kill, and your teammate takes it anyway. Come on, man. I just wasted all of that in my life. Alright, anyway. But Tariq, as unconventional, I want to call the build, is actually doing decent. Like, I hate to say that. It pains me physically.
But you have to wonder how much of it is because of like the build he's doing and all, or how much of it is just because the team is doing so well around him. So really, VWS is, despite what it looks like on the scoreboard, it has been a very the kills, it still looks pretty one-sided, but it has been even more one-sided than it really looks like, unfortunately, for Forever Foolish. But again, big problem.
The kills that Forever Foolish has gotten has been team fights where VWS has decided to disregard towers.
There's going to be Kha'Zix actually taking a lot of damage here from the Varus, and that has happened too. That's a straight 1v1 that Varus just won. No tower involved, but up on the top side of the map, here goes Morgana with those soul shackles. Amumu is doing a good amount of damage onto the Maokai. The Zhonya's coming out, and he's doing what they can, but there's just not enough damage coming out from them, especially as Vayne comes around the corner. Double kill for the Vayne. She also soloed off the Annie, I believe, on the top side, and so they're going to be just pushing in now for VWS onto this mid lane.
For a second, I thought Varus was someone from VWS, and I'm like, why are you at the Nexus?
But there's going to be Vayne. Oh, she is strong. She is strong now. And this is the middle inhibitor tower being taken down. VWS Gaming looking to possibly put an end to this, as they are now on this inhibitor. They have minions pushing into the top inhibitor tower as well once they are done. Looks like they are going to be just rotating on over there, maybe backing out as Vayne is recalling. And so, with just clearing out these vision wards, VWS, again, huge lead at the moment.
And it just, like it's...
Oh, Cassiopeia flashing over the wall, gonna be picking up the solo kill onto Morgana. Now Kha'Zix gonna be jumping onto the Annie. That is so much burst damage from just one or two spells from him. And again, the huge lead from VWS is now they're gonna be pushing on to the Nexus towers. This is a bit risky. The minion waves aren't gonna be lasting that long underneath the dual towers of the Nexus. And so
especially when you only have one inhibitor down, without that Baron buff, and without any sort of bonus on your minions, except maybe one super minion with the wave. The aura that the super minions provide is so much stronger when there's two, just because then you have the aura affecting another super minion.
Yep, and they are actually going to be Vayne just pushing down this top lane. I'm a little surprised as to the fact that VWS isn't rotating to. They had minions pushing in onto the inhibitor tower up top, and they didn't rotate to it. Meanwhile, that's going to be Annie locking down the Amumu, or locking down the Tariq. My apologies, Amumu going to be coming in, Aurelia getting the kill, and everyone is just jumping in onto this bomb side. But it is going to be VWS coming out ahead of this fight. Varus was kept on the back lines by the Maokai and was not able to get involved. So 3 for 1 in kills going over towards VWS, and now they're actually going to be trading a kill for a kill underneath the Nexus tower. But
why did you need to do that? You didn't need to break your... My god. I'm just so done with this game.
Cassiopeia trying to take that inhibitor tower, not going to have enough minions this time. Gonna have to wait for that next wave. While Vayne has rotated on up to the top lane to push that one in. And if I'm a coach for VWS at this point, I'm actually not very happy with this win, as they are very likely going to get. And of course, it's not over yet, but it is still just everything is so heavily in their favor. But if I'm a coach or an analyst for VWS, yeah, the result was never really in question from the get-go. But like they've been in this huge lead the entire time. But this is not a clean win. This is a very sloppy game that they've been playing. And
as much as a win is a win, and you'll take it as that, it's a W on the scoreboard. It's in the history. You want to be playing every game with your best champion, with someone that you're trying to learn for the role. You want to be practicing someone that you seriously want to play competitively. You don't want to be wasting a time in a competitive scene, without that like training. Like there's so much benefit to having one of these actual tournament games where you can actually play a champion and broadcast your skill with that champion.
See, I'm okay with playing champions that you're not necessarily going to be focusing on, because it saves like picks that you are going to be wanting to use for later on. But the fact that they're not playing the game cleanly whatsoever is where you kind of,
they're playing with their food.
You can, because you end up, you can end up forming habits off of something like this, or things like this is the type of game where, if this was like a high school game, any other like sport that wasn't a esport, after this game, like the next day at practice, the coach would have the team running laps all day. It's that type of game.
This is not a good win. You should not be proud of this.
But
you're winning this because you're better players, not because you played better.
As they are now going to be Vayne, going to be getting engaged on both Amumu and Morgana ults there, and not really doing too much to based Yuna as they do now back away. And Kha'Zix's going to be just jumping onto the Morgana, picking up a kill. They're just going to be taking out these inhibitor towers now. All inhibitor towers are down, and they should be working to finish off the game relatively soon here now. And again, all credit to Forever Foolish for sticking in there and fighting this out to the end. Actually picking up 19 kills on VWS. But this game should be ending pretty soon, as they are now going to be taking down the first Nexus Tower. Possibly a couple more kills.
20,000 gold lead.
Yeah, possibly a couple more kills coming in, as they are now turning their attention. Actually just going to be letting the minions take out. There's the fight. Everyone jumping in, and VWS should be picking up the win here. They get themselves 2 kills. Rest of Forever Foolish just sitting on the tower. They managed to get 1 more kill. Varus actually doing a lot of damage, but Cassiopeia with those Twin Fangs is going to be able to pick up the triple kill there. And Morgana, the only one left alive, as that second Nexus Tower does go down. They're diving onto the fountain. That's 2 kills picked up there by VWS.
Or Morgana, it's your time to shine. Show them your medal.
Morgana could be if she goes out of the base, she could actually kill this Taric, but she's just gonna be sitting there letting him finish it off, or not. Here she comes. She wanted just more health. Nope, she's gonna dance. I was really hoping she was gonna go for the kill and get the ace. Maybe Aurelia's going to. There they go, jumping in, and they get the 5th kill, stalling out the game a little bit longer.
Now surrender. There's nothing better you can do for this. You have no buildings left. Well, to be fair, they don't have 5th Dragon, and they're not going for Baron yet, so you have a chance. Says the sadistic side of me.
Yeah, there's not really too much. I mean, once a team loses all 3 inhibitors at the same time, I believe the statistic is 0.2% chance. There's 0.2% of games where all 3 inhibitors are down, the team manages to come back. But they have only 1 tower taken down so far. They would have to get multiple aces, like multiple clean aces, to be able to push back and take the game. So we're only 31 minutes in. The death timers are not going to be long enough for a full-on push to the Nexus after just 1 ace. They do see VW.
Especially, well, Varus has plenty of strength. He has BF Sword, Phantom Dancer, and an IE on himself. So he could take towers.
Forever Foolish having themselves a party in their base. You gotta love, at least, I mean, they're taking it in stride. They put up as much of a fight as they could. They got themselves a good amount of kills.
They played a good comp. They played well, but And they're just going for the disrespects now.
Yeah, just picking up the Baron, making sure they get every objective off the table. And but VWS still fighting out to the very end. Although Varus, you can't ult the minions. But here comes Bane, gonna try and finish off the game. She gets herself a double kill, but is not gonna get everyone. Here comes Kha'Zix though. Actually, she gets the triple kill, and she is gonna get shut down. A Mumu with the shutdown kill. However, he's fighting out the Kha'Zix as well, but is not gonna be able to manage to pick that one up. Maokai and Cassiopeia pick up the Baron. As here comes Morgana, maybe looking to check that. But
let's play Count the Super Minions. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a victory.
The minions finish off the Nexus for VWS, and that is their victory. And that is going to do it for us.
19 kills, 3 dragons, 10 towers, and 20,000 gold.
Yeah, very one-sided, even more so than it actually looked, unfortunately, for Forever Foolish. But again, all credit to them. They stuck it out to the end. They stuck it out for 32 minutes. They got 25 kills, and they did their very best to make it a good match. But in the end, VWS did pick up the win. So that is going to do it for us here. That is all 3 of our games for today. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8:15 when we go live for the next games of the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament presented by Esports HQ. We are going to have Forgiven Sin taking on Dream Tech Gaming, and then Inertia Gaming and Zenith Esports, which should be a phenomenal match. So you do not want to miss that. Make sure you guys head on over to esportshq.com. Check out all the information about the season and the tournament. And, of course, also you can find information about L.A.S.T, the League of Legends East Coast Convention, where the semifinals and finals of L.A.S.T will be held live, shoutcasted by myself and Cyber Owl, who is under the weather today. We're going to take you guys on out with a brief video about the convention so you can get some more information. But that is going to do it. I've been Tasty Bacon.
I've been Lupus. I'm always Lupus.
And that's going to do it. Have a good night, guys.